What's up, everybody? I'm back for part 2 in this series. This is the top 10 of 2018, top 10 albums, in my opinion, that have come out in 2018. If you missed the other 20 that I showed, go back and watch that part. Those albums are great too, and a lot of them easily could have been in this top list. There was just so much good music this year, but I'm going to get right into this. Coming at number 10, really any of these could have fallen in any of these numbers, but I did put them in an order, so I'm going to keep it in that order. And this is the new Mass. This is a return to the sound I loved from Mass. You know, back in the Voices in the Night and Take You Home EP, just melodic but heavy, memorable songs you want to sing along. Louis St. August has that fantastic, charismatic voice that, you know, it just sounds like him. Nobody sounds like him. And they just really bring it home, you know. In the 90s and 2000s, they got a little more towards the modern rock sound. They always kind of kept their own sound, but it was definitely a little more modern. With this, they kind of just, I'm not going to say they went back, but they just got away from trying to sound modern, and they just went and sounded their own, you know. Of course, there is the mandatory ballads that, you know, Mass has always done great ballads, but for the majority of this album, just great stuff. And there's a couple of songs that are really, really heavy on here. Secondhand Rose is the ballad. I'm trying to think, Turn It Over, what might be one of them heavier songs. I don't know if these are numbered or not. I just know on the back of mine it says number 257, so I don't know if they're numbered or not. But regardless, mine is actually autographed too. I bought it directly from the band, so very cool. Number 10, Mass. Ugh, this one fell on the floor. Number 9, a new release that just came out a few weeks ago, playing in the background, but oh my goodness, I haven't stopped playing it. An EP from the mighty Biogenesis. This is The Black Widow. Oh my cow, this is great stuff. I wish it was longer. Well, here's the deal. Because I work with the label that releases this, I got a little bit of inside information on this one. The CD is only 5 songs. Even at that, it clocks in longer than some bands' full-length albums. So, interesting enough. But here's the inside information. This is coming out on vinyl in 2019. And we'll have extra songs that weren't on the CD. So usually the CDs get the bonus tracks. This time the vinyl's getting the bonus tracks. And I can't wait for the vinyl to come out on this. Just fantastic, progressive, heavy metal, keyboards, guitars. It's just all over the place, but I love it. It's so coherent, so memorable. What you're hearing now is a cover of a Deliverance song, you know, the speed metal band Deliverance. And they do it so well. They make it their own song with the keyboard solos going in where, you know, you would expect guitar solos. And then Chaz Bond, the vocalist, you know, he's got this variety of sound. Everything from real dark, guttural, almost death metal vocals to a more thrashy growl to a baritone singing voice. He's just all over the place, and it works. Best album, in my opinion, that Biogenesis has ever put out. I think this is actually their 5th or 6th release over the last few decades. So Biogenesis, 2018, this is The Black Widow. This is The Skull. Man, this is a great album. Just has atmosphere to it, if I can call it that. The endless road turns back. Or is it black? I always forget. Hang on a second. The endless road turns dark. That's what it is. Can't really read this font. The endless road turns dark. But man, what a fantastic album. I mean, this is what you want from Trouble. You know, it's, people call it stoner rock, doom, whatever you want to call it. It's just got a sound to it that's just very, what's the word? Dark, but compelling. It just pulls me in, and I just can't, you know, I just don't want to stop. It's just so good. I honestly think it's better than the last album they released, and I thought that was a great album. This is equally as good in my opinion. I've heard some people say they don't like it. I don't get it myself. It's just great stuff. It's, you know, if you like Trouble, this is Trouble. Very good album from The Skull. The Endless Road Turns Dark. Eric Wagner still has it too. That just his very unique gravelly vocals, great stuff. This band released 2 releases this year, and surprise albums. I mean, just dominated my turntable. But this is Luminous Eyes from Haunt, and their full-length album, Burst into Flame, from Haunt. I believe this band is also from California. Again, traditional heavy metal, but wow, just memorable stuff. Very good songwriting, great guitar playing. The vocals aren't all that charismatic. Like, I couldn't say he's like one of the great vocalists. He wouldn't rival Jeff Tate or James Rivera or Rob Halford, but it's still very good. Yeah, this definitely deserved to be in the top 10 albums. So good. Easily one of the best things Shadow Kingdom has released. Shadow Kingdom Records. This is on both these albums, and they're already taking pre-orders for the next album, so I will be jumping on that very soon. Here, let me just read the. This is on the EP. Incredible, catchy, classic heavy metal by California-based Trevor William Church of Peacemaker for fans of heavy rock and new wave of British heavy metal. Haunt is mystical heavy metal band from Fresno. Their first full-length album, fronted by Trevor William Church. Bass player from Sammy Hagar on Montrose, as essential must-have for any fans of old heavy metal or 70s rock and roll. And that's exactly what you're going to get here, man. These guys just take that kind of sound and went with it, and it's just very well done. If you like 80s metal and you're not really into the whole new wave traditional heavy metal thing, I still think these guys are worth checking out. So do yourself a favor, check out Haunt on YouTube, whatever, and grab this album. It's so good. That was number 7 in the top 10. These are old guys showing the new guys how to do it right. Bride. I love the first 3, 4, 5 albums from Bride. All of them are very well done. After that, they kind of went different ways. They were kind of following trends, in my opinion. Trying to keep up with the times, gain new fans, just stay relevant, I guess. So they didn't really stick with the sound. And even the first 5 albums, they didn't stick with the sound. They went from straightforward heavy metal to speed metal to more of a groove-based heavy metal. Then they went to kind of a Guns N' Roses style hard rock, almost acoustic Led Zeppelin-y, alternative, grunge. They just rapcore. They went every which way. But this particular album, what a return to form. If you like the first 3 albums, or even Snakes in the Playground, which is probably the most popular album, this album was a return to that form. And they're obviously, Snake Eyes, Snakes in the Playground, even the look of the album, they're obviously playing off of that old album. And they did that on purpose because they really tried to return to that sound, and I think they did a great job. Music's all written by Troy Thompson, and he does just a great job. He's a guitar player in the band, songwriter in the band. His brother Dale is obviously the charismatic vocalist for the band, and he just comes back screaming. So great album from them. Definitely worthy being in my top 10. Number 6, Bride. Top 5. Again, I dropped it. Top 5 are, I don't even know how many times these have been played. So many times that, if these were cassette tapes, they'd already be worn out and squealing. But this one, unfortunately, never came out on vinyl. Never quite caught on like it should have. This is Ronnie Monroe. This is Peacemaker. I just can't stop playing it. And I must admit, the first time I played it, I thought it was good, but it didn't really catch me. It didn't really pull me in and grab me by the jugular. But the thing is, it called me back to listen again. I kept wanting to hear it again. And the more I listened, the more I liked it. Now, every time I play it, I'm just headbanging. Playing it down the road, just headbanging. It's just so good. Peacemaker, Concrete and Terror. Some people may say, hey, aren't you a little biased on that one? No, I'm not. I did create the band's logo, but that has nothing to do with their music. It's the music I'm talking about here. It's just fantastic. And the cover art's killer to boot. And I did not do the cover art for this, just the logo. Great band. Peacemaker, Concrete and Terror. Love it. Number 5. All right. Number 4. Bit of a tough one here because, man, putting these last 5 in order was tough because these are all albums that easily could have gone to number 1 for me. But I kind of had to go with my gut, and number 4 goes to Metal Church, the brand new Metal Church. Easily, and I'm not even kidding, easily their best album in decades. I can't stop playing it. It's just classic Metal Church. I mean, if this would have been the follow-up to Human Factor, I think these guys would have just shot through the roof. It's just that good. Yeah, it's better than anything they recorded with in the 90s, 2000s, even the last album, which I liked, thought was good, but this album is better. They just, the hooks are there, the riffs are there, I mean, you want to headbang while you're driving down the road listening to this or whatever. It's just that good. Great production, great songwriting. Rat Pack Records, 2018. Oh, and what's his name? Mike Howe on vocals again. He hasn't lost a thing with age. Sounds great. Kurt Vanderhoof still creating the riffs, just one of the riff masters, you know. I don't really think Metal Church released a bad album. I really like all the stuff they did with Ronnie Monroe, but yeah, this album, it belongs in the top 5. It's just that good. Yeah, if you like Metal Church at all, do yourself a favor and pick it up. If you like heavy metal at all, do yourself a favor and pick this up. If you like music, do yourself a favor and pick it up. It's that good. It belongs in my top 5. All right. This is going to cause some little bit of controversy because I've seen quite a few lists already, and this one seems to be number 1 in most people's lists, and I'm not going to argue with it because it's such a great album. Excuse me. Break my own rule here. I don't allow drinks in my music room. But this is Judas Priest Firepower. Wow. Brilliant album from them. I don't want to say it's their best since. It's just good because I've liked all their albums that they've released recently since Rob Halford's come back into the band. But this album is just like, I don't know, if I did a top list of Judas Priest albums, this would probably rank up in the top 10. It's just so well done, so well recorded. Great, memorable hooks, riffs, you know, all that dual guitar stuff that you know Judas Priest for. The mid-pace songs, the fast songs, the dark ballady songs. It's just got everything I love about Priest. Love the cover art. I went to see him on this tour with Saxon and Black Star Riders, and they were fantastic. Of course, Glenn Tipton, who's not been really playing much with him, he came out and played a few songs with him. But man, love it. Definite return to form for them. I don't even know. They never really left form, but I just got to say this is one of their best in a long time. You know, right with the Metal Church, either one of those could have hit in the same, you know, either one of these could have been, you know, 4 and 5 because they're both so great. They're both just fantastic albums by classic bands, and frankly, my next 2 are as well. Deliverance coming in at number 2. Subversive Kind. Man, I look forward to this album. It's got the return of Glenn Rogers on lead vocals. It's got the return of Glenn Rogers on lead guitar. Glenn's a whole shredder. I really hope Glenn gets to record a new album with them too, because he's also a riff master. And these songs were all written by Jimmy Brown. They're kind of short. The album itself is kind of short. I heard the band, you know, they were kind of going for that sound, that shorter kind of Slayer, Raining in Blood, kind of short, straightforward thrash metal sound, and that's what you get here. But I can't even tell you how many times I played this thing. And just when I was, you know, getting tired of it and put it away somewhere, you know, within a few days, it was back again. I was constantly playing it. There's several videos on YouTube, so if you haven't checked this band out, do so. This is on Rocks Records, which is, again, a label I work for. But you guys know me well enough to know that if I don't like an album, even if it's on our label, I say so, or I won't include it. The fact of the matter is, I love Deliverance. I'm a huge fan of Deliverance, and I think this is a great album. This is a return to form, in my opinion. It's definitely more of a modern thrash sound. You know, it doesn't sound exactly like Deliverance or Weapons of Our Warfare. But if you like thrash, if you like Deliverance, I think you're gonna like this album. It's very, very good. So, Jim Chafin on drums. It's Victor Macias on bass. Just a monster record. All right, number 1 might be, I don't know, not a big shock. Anybody knows me knows I'm a huge thrash fan. And frankly, I think this is one of the most underrated German bands ever. Nope, it's not Creator, it's not Sodom, not Destruction, not Tankard, it's Accuser. And this is their latest album, and this is the most played record in my collection this year. I can't even tell you how many times I played this album. First time it was actually given an American release. Every other album that passed has always been, you know, on foreign labels, foreign coming not from the United States, I say. This is on Metal Blade Records, and I think they released 100 on this kind of pink vinyl here in the U.S. 200, because this is number 47 of 200, and I snapped it up. I mean, I pre-ordered it. I just couldn't wait for some new Accuser, and they didn't let me down. Pure thrash, pure aggression, pure rifle, automatic, semi-automatic, whatever you want to call it, riffing, I mean, just killer, fast, but memorable, has hooks. It's not just about speed. Vocals are, they're kind of grunted. They're not screaming like an angry drill sergeant on a lazy cadet, like a lot of metalcore. It's just, it's rough, it's aggressive, but it's also got melody to it. He's actually doing some singing. It's just not screaming at you. But man, this album is great. If you haven't heard Accuser or don't know of them at all, do yourself a favor and check out their entire back catalog. But if nothing else, do check out some of their new albums, especially this one since it's available in the US on CD and vinyl. Accuser, this is The Mastery, coming in at number 1 on No Life Till Metal's Top 30 for 2018. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what some of your favorites are. Let me know what you agree with, disagree with, what I left out. And that's it. We'll see you 2019 for more metal discussions. So I do appreciate y'all watching, so God bless. Stay strong.